All right, there we go. Okay, there we have it. I think that the sound should be working now, but I had to turn the live chat off. So give me just a second to double check. Nope, there we go. There we go. All right, yeah, I can hear myself. Thank goodness. Finally. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. I had to turn the chat off, like the chat was disabled, like then the sound went off, then the internet cut out, all of that. So, whew, okay. So, I don't know, it must have been something. But nonetheless, and all the more, welcome all and welcome back to Anonnie's Temple. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess for the prophecy reading. You can call me Anonnie. I am a tarot reader, a channeler, an intuitive for divine source and Christ consciousness energy. And I am here to deliver the prophecy reading for you all. They showed me the African goddess oracle deck here showed me brazen and harvest. So this is a time when you should be boldly accepting what your blessings are. And I'm hearing what your blessings are to be. The energy that I'm receiving here, and they're showing me that maybe you are sometimes a bit reticent, or sometimes you may recoil when it comes to you accepting the gifts, accepting admiration, as well as accepting blessings. They're showing me this energy of like a stray animal that gets offered a plate of lasagna. Like at first, they walk up to it a bit tentatively because it comes across as so indulgent, so nourishing, so delectable that they're wondering if it's truly theirs, if you're truly handing this lasagna to this stray animal simply for their pleasure. This is the energy that they're showing me here. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's like the energy, you're the stray animal there. I don't mean it as an insult. I mean it as from a place of honesty. We have radical rebirth. We have alchemy and etheric chords. I feel here that in this energy, you have actually alchemized something into something else successfully. And I'm not just talking about it's in the grid, it's in the vortex, or it's in the ethereal realm. I'm talking about here like you have physically manifested something, or you have alchemized something into its physical manifestation. So they're showing me a curry goat. Okay, they're showing me some type of curry. Like perhaps someone in your energy is eating curry right now. That's what they're showing me. But I feel here with alchemy and etheric chords, like you have put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, and you have shown yourself to be an alchemist. And I also am feeling here that they want you to fully embody and accept that you are an alchemist, that these are a part of your etheric chords, that alchemy is a part of your bloodline. It's a part of your birthright. And I feel that there's been enough evidence for you to accept yourself as such, for you to accept that this is a part of the incarnation. This is why you chose to be you in this body, in this mind, this soul, this incarnation. You are a part of this bloodline of alchemists. And they're also showing me here, it's as though you, yes, have alchemized chords from your past into what you would like for them to be now. And I feel here it's like, how do I say? They're kind of showing me like an old pirate ship that has like crossed over into the ethers, or like an old pirate ship that has been cleaned and washed down, and the energy surrounding it has been alchemized so that it is on a new journey. It's interesting, as though you were on this type of ship, like you were in Davy Jones' locker, or you were just traveling through the darkness or traveling through the night for many moons. They're showing me something about like 48 days of night or something like this, or 40 days of night. And it's like suddenly this ship is coming into paradise, it's moving into the sunlight. And you look around and notice that there are cobwebs, things need to be wiped down, things need to be cleaned. But this is a very positive energy that you find yourself within, coming into the light of the alchemy that you have spent so much hard work to create, to transmute, to transform. We have awakening. I see here pregnancy and rebirth, obviously, because this is depicted. But I also see here that some of you may, and I think this may be illegal, but some of you may end up giving birth near dolphins. Some of you may give birth on a shoreline or near the sea, near a particular body of water. I'm seeing lineage here. Lineage, not just legacy, but lineage. Like there being an enlightened mother, an enlightened feminine who gives birth to two enlightened children. You see here how here's the alchemy that you are working on, and there is the sun disk above your head, representing your awakening. And then you step into this type of parental energy, this motherhood, and the gold discs are around you and your children's heads. We have manifestation as well at the bottom. I feel here you'll have an incredibly joyous pregnancy. I see you swimming or being in water during your pregnancy, something like this. I'm seeing to sort of keep yourself fit, but there's something here about how you may have a child who is water sign dominant. Like you will get an approximate date or an approximate date, they're saying, where you will give birth to this child. And so from that, you end up working with this child and the inherent zodiac signs or astrological signs that they will find themselves within. I feel here like you may have a Pisces sun, meaning, excuse me, I meant to say SON, but you will have a son, you will give birth to a boy who is a Pisces. One more, please. Thank you. Wounded healer. There's asking me a question. What do you think it looks like when a wounded healer awakens to alchemy? It's interesting because I know a lot of tarot readings, they talk about the Nine of Wands as the wound healer. But who wants to stay in that energy for forever? That's not destiny, and that is not fate, and that is not your destiny or your fate. To be a wounded healer for forever? No. And once again, look at the halo that's surrounding your head here. But in essence, look at how it is actually the moon. And through alchemical practices, you transmute it into the sun, into enlightenment. They're telling me that the wounded healer is the untrained alchemist. That's what they're telling me here. And you are awakening to how this is even in your bloodline that, yes, women before you were wounded, but you have the empowerment here to transmute that into a whole new type of pregnancy, they're telling me. There's a lot of ferocity here. Yeah, there's a lot of ferocity and there's a lot of joy. The energy got very still. Radical rebirth once more. There's a level of confidence that you're stepping into when it comes to your sense of self. And this is what makes your alchemy even stronger. It's interesting. I haven't been on here for I think maybe about a week or so. It's just been a little bit of time because I traveled recently and had a wonderful trip. It ended up turning out so much better than I had anticipated. And when I was on that trip and I was experiencing new things and talking to new people and learning more about myself and community, I had some thoughts come up from myself as the wounded healer. And these thoughts were as such, like, is this person going to hurt me? Does this person truly care about me? Are they faking their niceties? I had many thoughts surrounding whether or not I could trust people's availability to me, and if I could trust emotionally opening up my availability to them. And you know what I said to myself? Whenever those thoughts would come up from my wounded healer, I would say, self-love only. I would think, oh, this person, they got upset because I said this one thing wrong. And I had to counteract that wounded energy with self-love only. That was the only perception that I allowed myself to have. Self-love only. It's interesting here because what I see happening is a transformation of an inner voice, where the wounded healer becomes a voice, but not your entire identity. And that is how you know that you have transmuted and alchemized that which has wounded you. And that you have internalized, or I would say turned inward, your healing capacities and your gift for healing, for it to be for your own self now and first. So instead of walking around as though I have this or you have this badge of honor that you're a wounded healer, I see instead that you hear that wounded voice, you honor it, and you say, self-love only. Yes, that scared me before, but now self-love only. I do not need to be afraid. This is what you have been awakening to, a radical rebirth, and perhaps this pregnancy is a child or several children, but also I feel here this pregnancy and this awakening is you birthing you into an alchemist. Thank you, Divine. Yeah, we have level up and joy. You are expanding your capacity to feel joy. And that work, it's peculiar. I was thinking about this earlier today. I felt so electric after the travels that I did, everything that I did during that time. And I came home and I felt so electric that it was almost like I fell into a very brief depression. I felt like this brief neediness to hold on to the good feeling, and because I didn't want it to slip away. The feeling of all the new people I met, all of the compliments I received, all of the reverence that I felt, all of the flirting that I did, all of the love that I expressed and felt in return. I didn't want it to slip away. I was afraid of it leaving and not coming back. And when I admitted that to my own self after I was doing some journaling about why I was kind of clenching onto those good feelings, I realized it's because I was so used to good feelings like those leaving me just as soon as they would come. And so as I continued to journal, I realized that this is the expansion work, not just shadow work. Remember, it is the expansion work of light, that I accept greater and greater admiration for my own self and from the people around me. And I allow myself to hold that appreciation, to feel that love, and to allow it to come and go as it may. because my center of core, the center of my core is joy and love. And others are only really showing that back to me, which is at my core. So I feel here, thank you for the joy here, Divine. Living out loud, beautiful. I feel here that it's this expansion period in this awakening for you to feel damn good. And to give that joy, like I want to say like freedom in your life, freedom to explore in your life. When I left, excuse me, when I left and I came back to my home, I felt so joyous. I was just dancing around my home. I was just dancing. And I had thoughts come up like, why am I dancing? This is really goofy. Why am I doing this? What am I dancing about? That is the, do they say, vortex work. That is the expansion work, that I can dance from a space of joy just because. Just because now I live out loud, and now because I am in celestial alignment. Thank you, Divine. During my travels, I also, worthiness. During my travels, I also met a very sexy man. And I enjoyed feeling titillated from his conversation and from being in this sensual tension type of energy. I felt very worthy. Thank you, African goddesses. Shall we switch to the tarot deck? I think so. One more here. Oh, child. Oh, goodness. Not them popping out with desire. Right after I talked about this really sexy man that I met. Not them popping out and calling me out about my desires and manifestation. So let me tell you here, for whoever this message is for, I wonder if part of your joy is connected to desire. This woundedness that you have had to heal from, is that also connected to what you truly desire to hold, to have, to experience in your life? It's interesting how when we go through the dark night of the soul and the shadow periods, and when we consider ourselves a wounded healer, it's this energy of all my life I have had to fight for just a sliver of the desires that I have always wanted. And yet now I see you here resting and relaxing and rejuvenating in the joyous experience of desire once more. I see here desire feeling good to you instead of threatening. Thank you. Yeah, that's the truth. This is the truth of your manifestation. Okay. I'm going to kiss my deck after that. Thank you, African Goddess Tarot. Last night I fell in love without you. I prayed goodbye to that heart of mine beating solo on its own. Thank you all for joining me at Anonnie's temple. This is my temple. This is the temple of the High Priestess. And I'm here to give a prophecy reading for you all. The Sun and Four of Wands, glory be to the highest source one, divine creator of all things, at its highest frequency of love, as you douse me in the energy of such and so. So I feel it across my mind, body, soul, psyche, and spirit, the divine love and divine wisdom of the cosmos. It flows through my veins, through my temple, through my senses, through my core, and I give gratitude to all that is for the flow within me. As it rises, as the flow falls, as the current continues, my currency expands and my joy abounds. Glory be to the source one, creator divine. I am blessed to be a high priestess for thy honor. Most High Divine Creator, Source One of all things, divine masculine and feminine, divine and benevolent ancestors and interdimensional beings of benevolence to humanity. I receive your divine messages with clarity. I feel them with integrity. I feel them with love. I deliver them with integrity. And I speak the truth, Hashem. Okay. What messages shall I deliver on this day, Most High Divine Creator? Thank you. Thank you all for liking the video. We have a love message, if you could not have guessed already. You know, I find this card to be so interesting because I've never been that into those Avatar movies, but of course that's who this is. That's what this representation is. I see here 2 pillars on each side, showing that the roads opens for the 2 of you to meet, for the 2 of you to be in each other's presence, for the 2 of you to experience that type of pastel, vibrant reality that you feel when you are in love. I feel here that this is the convergence of 2 higher realities, the love that is between the 2 of you. You can even see the sun and the moon in the sky. I even see here that this is showing the convergence of your higher souls or your highest selves, as that is similar to the representation that we find in the Avatar movies. The man seems to, I think, if I recall correctly from the first movie, because that's the only one that I watched, honestly. But if I recall correctly, he would kind of hook up to some type of machine and enter into this other dimensional reality, almost as though he was in the embodiment of his highest self, and that is what I see here. The 2 of you coming together. There's also something interesting here that they're telling me that like your hair is made of seaweed. I don't know what that's about, but that's what I'm hearing. Someone could see you as a siren, that you are from the ocean. This masculine could see you as incredibly oceanic. But I feel here that this is union of the highest selves taking place. I heard the name Brent. Show me lovers. Page of Swords. You and your lover, you have bird watchers, or bird guides who watch over the both of you. So maybe you see a lot of hawks, your divine counterpart sees a lot of hawks. I feel here that there were signs of the convergence. I keep hearing that. There were signs of the convergence between the 2 of you that the both of you even saw before you even met each other. There's something here about you seeing birds in pairs. Maybe 2 hawks, 2 crows, 2 doves, 2 chickadee birds, what have you, 2 what are those red birds? It starts with a C. What are those? Cardinals. Maybe you saw 2 cardinals together, a male and a female, what have you. I feel here this Page of Swords is showing like, hey, the synchronicities are happening. The love is here. Thank you. Thank you. We have the moon and Ace of Cups and the star. Wow. Wow. Let me tap into this. I feel here like I feel here like tarot readers will offhandedly make these comments like the 2 of you have come into union. The 2 of you are in the 5D. The 2 of you are coming together. But I am feeling this heat in my body, in how the frequency that you are in is increasing. You may need more sleep. You may have clearer dreams at this time because the star and the Ace of Cups is showing the divine alignment of this love, this celestial love, excuse me. This isn't no love like, oh, you fancy the guy down the block at the grocery store, or somebody said hi to you and, maybe it was like a little flirtatious. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about love that, like, the extraterrestrials helped to coordinate for the two of you to come together. This is star-crossed lovers. Look at the representation of you both. Again, the white fox or wolf and the black wolf or fox, whatever that animal is, and the gates here to the subconscious. This isn't just you run into somebody. This is divine alignment. It is meaningful. It is purposeful. And I'm hearing the both of you call for this. The both of you have called to the cosmos or even to the night sky for each other. That's why the hawks have been watching the two of you. I'm hearing boundary setting and guardrails. Oh, gosh. Okay. I am tapping in. It feels very grounded, very settled, this energy. Strength. That's what I'm talking about. It's strong. They, give me some time because I'm feeling very hot and I'm starting to sweat. Okay. So I need to let the energy pass through and come through. This feels magnanimous. This feels like a mountain. It feels magnificent with the star energy here, but just like monumental. Like when something happens and it's like you look at that point in time in retrospect and you see that that is when something changed. That is when a shift happened. That is when the cosmos moved. Like that is when the planets shifted their alignment for this love to happen. It's like this is when my psyche began to heal. This is when I noticed that my heart started to feel mended. There's a lot here. There's a lot here about remembrance. And that's what the moon energy is that they're showing me here. Ooh, hot. Show me this moon energy and remembrance. They said shuffle. We have Ace of Discs and Four of Swords. Yeah, that is definitely cell memory, soul memory. Thank you. The Wheel of Fortune. Yes, the two of you remember each other across space and time. I even feel here that somehow the unconscious finds the two of you to be incredibly familiar to each other. The strength card here does represent one person who's with their familiar that tends to be represented as an animal. But I even feel here like this person feels familiar as a protector of yours. And this person is familiarized to you as them being your protector. I'm hearing it may feel like you're in uncharted territory with the moon card here in the Wheel of Fortune, but rest assured that this is exactly how it is meant to feel. I feel here that this love is different from the rest of the love that you have seen in your bloodline, or different from the loves that your ancestors had experienced. They're actually saying one grandmother in particular had a love like this. And that is why there's some fear in the cells, why there's some fear in the DNA, because these two were extracted from each other, or they were like excommunicated, something in this way. Like there could have been a particular law that was at stake that separated this grandmother or this great 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 grandmother from this love of their life. Okay. There's something here about how there's this like great 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 grandmother watching over you because they allowed this love to return back into your incarnation. But what comes with this is also some fear in the cell memory that this, gosh, this is like emotional. Do you hear this? There's like some fear in the cell memory that this person will be taken from you again. It is a little bit of like a widowed energy, like you fall in love with someone and then they get um, drafted out to war, something like this. So I feel this great 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 grandmother, whoever she is, working alongside you, or there's a feminine matriarchal ancestor who's working alongside you so that this cell memory can be healed. This lover will not be taken from you. Oh, I gotta take this off. Okay, wait. Two of Cups. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess. This soulmate returns, and I feel like I'm hearing Julia or Juliet. Could be the name of this great 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 grandmother, or it could be their middle name. But they're showing me here that number one, as I said, she is with you. But number two, Two of Cups here, like this is a soulmate union. And I feel here like she's smiling with you as you experience this because she's experiencing this love vicariously through you. Oh goodness. It's like I feel like I don't, it's not necessarily like vertigo, but it's kind of like this visceral Knight of Swords. Yeah, that's it. I'm feeling like a sped up energy, like I'm in the middle of a vortex that is like picking up speed. 10 of Cups. Wow. And there are your two children again. Whoever this message is for, I feel like if you're interested in having children, there's going to be two. I'm hearing inseparable. King of Swords, yeah. This man looks out for you. 5 of Cups. 4 of Swords. This King of Swords is coming through as a spirit guide here, because I feel that this great 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 grandmother came through, or this matriarchal energy came through, and a spirit guide is coming through to remind you that there is no loss. I feel here like there's this I know 5 of Pentacles is the abandonment wound, but I feel like with the 5 of Cups here, gosh, this is like a lot of soul memory clearing. I feel like the 5 of Cups energy here is like the depression of grief after you experience loss, and wondering if those 2 of Cups will ever be set upright again. It comes from this ancestral memory that you are cleansing and alchemizing into joy. Okay? I think I may end soon because I'm starting to feel like out of body a bit, okay? And I'm like sweating a lot. Yeah, it's not, look at how they showed me this. Here's the 5 of Discs. Welcome to the temple. You are coming out and transmuting, and you are alchemizing any type of an abandonment wound surrounding loss. Your guides want, I feel like the spirit guides are coming through here to show that you are enough of a high priestess, you're enough of an intuitive, and you're enough connected to the Mother Earth to show you here that there's never loss for you. It may feel like there's loss, or maybe something won't happen, or something won't come back around, so to speak, but it always does. And I'm hearing that they will always show you time and time again that love will find you again. Okay? I think I'm going to grab one other deck, and then I'm going to close this out, okay? Give me just a second. Let's try Dragon Tarot. Goodness, we tried Dragon Tarot, and look who's popping up. Okay? Emperor and Queen of Wands. And the World. This man, I think he really likes your personality. How you're a go-getter, how you go after life. He likes it when you're in this energy that came up first with the African Goddess Oracle deck, Brazen and Harvest. It's like he's saying that it makes him want to harvest you, so to speak. Like it makes him want to have you on his team. Someone effervescent, he's saying, like you're effervescent, you have this energy about you that is very brilliant and enticing, excuse me, and sensual at the same time. The star, that's what he's saying. Again. Yeah, I'm hearing shine bright like a diamond. He wants that for you. He wants you to do that. I feel here that this is a partnership where he wants you, with the Emperor and Queen of Wands, it's definitely an energy where he wants to show you off. And he wants you to show off. That's cute. Okay? Dragon Tarot. Anything else here? Oh. We have the Ten of Wands. This is a lot of emotions. Ace of Cups to the Ten of Wands to strength. It's a lot. There may be some times where either you or this person will feel that this love, it's so potent and intense that it's as though you can never truly run from each other. Like how you may be used to running. Maybe you are used to being more avoidant in relationships or more anxious in relationships and in attachments, an attachment that is avoidant or anxious or possibly a mixture of both. And so I feel here like the two of you can no longer actually run from each other. Like that's not happening anymore. And instead with this Ten of Wands, when the love feels like it's so much or it's so intense, instead you like burst into each other. That's quite sensual. It's like instead of running away from the love, the both of you run towards it. It's this energy, you know, I'm not that much of a fan of the movie The Notebook and that archetype of a love story, but it's this energy of like, fuck, well, what do you want me to say? I need you. Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups with the Strength card here. Like, what do you want me to say? I need you. I want you around. I want to talk to you. I want to know about you. I want you in my life. I want everything about you. That's what this energy is. This one, Six of Swords. There may be some I don't know how to say this. It's not necessarily dramatics in a bad way. But it's very much like give me some time here. I feel here like it is intense in the beginning, and and excuse me, let me catch this energy, okay? One more for Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Strength, please. The Moon. Okay. It's like there's no hiding. And I feel like that's is what it's like. The two of you feel naked with each other, even with all of your clothes on. There's no hiding when there's this type of a star aligned connection. You know, this is even representative of a union where the two incarnations or the two souls actually come from the same oversoul, so to speak. So it's like, let's say that, for instance, something happens and you react a certain way. This other person reacts the same way because you're of the same oversoul. That's why the star energy is continuously coming out here. So I feel here like there's no running, there's no hiding, because the both of you actually know why each other is acting a certain way. And when that happens, and perhaps and I feel here it's probably happening for the first time for the both of you, it can be a bit like, holy shit, you know, with the Ten of Wands here, the Moon. Like, holy shit, can this person read my mind? How do they know what has hurt me and how to heal it? How do they know what I need to hear, even though I just met them? The Moon card, how do they see through into me? Things that I don't tell anybody else, but they already knew to pick up on it. I see here that intensity is a part of the relationship, and the two of you with the with the Six of Swords here, you will get used to it. You'll find peace together. You know, it's just they want me to kind of say it's like growing pains, so to speak. The expansion of accepting the joyous love in your life. It's growing pains a bit. But nonetheless, and all the more, with the Six of Swords here, the two of you find balance and tranquility in your connection, and you find each other's presence to be each other's core center of peace in this world, I'm hearing. Peace in this world. You are each other's peace in this world. Oh, okay. Six of Cups, the familiarity. Okay. What else, Dragon Tarot? High Priestess. Six of Wands. Allow yourself to have this victory, this love. There's no more excavating that you need to do in your subconscious or unconscious to heal, you know, what fucked you up. Sorry, I'm feeling very direct with my language this evening. Okay, so excuse me. But that's exactly what I feel like they're telling me here. Sometimes there's this trap or this booby trap, so to speak, and I think somebody could actually really like your bosom. Just gonna put that out there. But I feel like there's this booby trap that tarot and spiritual and healing culture tries to put people within, where it's like you need to constantly be healing and excavating and looking at that and pulling that out and pulling up the weeds that are in the unconscious, doing all the shadow work. I feel here like it's okay for shadow work to turn into light work. Allow the wounded healer energy of the shadow, the valley of the shadows that you walked through, to now turn into your light work. Allow yourself this victory. Give yourself the worthiness to know that you deserve it. You already know that this is yours. Eight of Swords reversed, yeah. You already know that this is yours. And I think even intuitively, you already know spiritually that any bindings have been broken, that you are free. Eight of Swords reversed. And they're showing me here that's why the mind can be sort of voracious, insatiable, so to speak, or rabid, like a rabid beast or like a rabid raccoon, something. It can be rabid with its thoughts with you because it keeps questioning, is everything okay? Is something going to happen? Do I know? Can I trust this? Is something wrong? Do they actually care? They want you to know. Eight of Swords reversed. This is a victory and you're allowed to claim your reward. There's no imposter syndrome here when it comes to what you deserve. And there's no imposter syndrome that you need to have when you step up on that stage and you accept love. The chains are broken. And so put those thoughts in your minds that question, just put them in their face. Because it is only the old voice of the wounded healer speaking, wanting to make sure that you are safe. And with the High Priestess and the Six of Wands, you are. You are safe. Three of Coins on the fence. Page of Cups. Yeah, your spirit team is working with you. Sometimes, yeah, I mean, we're human, right? This happens. I feel like spirit guides are saying here, like sometimes you kind of may work against yourself that makes them work harder. But they don't mind it. But they're telling me here with the Eight of Swords reversed, like, allow it to work for you. If they need to work harder, so to speak, to make this happen, they have already proven to you through all of these cards that there was celestial alignment here. They've already proved that to you. But they're also saying, like, they want you to work for you. They want you to be your biggest fan. They are working double, triple, whatever it is that they need to do to support you because they love you. But they're offering this Page of Cups by saying, think to yourself, are you what is working the best for you? And if you ever feel like perhaps you're not, it's all an illusion. It's just Eight of Swords. It's just the mind playing tricks to try to keep you safe. You can just as easily come out of it. Okay? Strength. Yeah, you can. Look, Seven of Cups representing confusion. Strength. You can always come out of it. Always. Okay? So let's do final, Three of Swords, Nine of Cups, 10 of Coins. Let's do final messages. Ooh. Yeah, they're saying that, I know that tarot readers say this a lot, but they're saying that there is a masculine energy who is interested in you, and they're already working some plans in their mind about you, about the connection with you. They're already planning things in their mind, okay? I'm going to get one more deck, and then I think we'll close this out. Hi. Isn't that Zelda? All right, let's get final messages here. Thank you, Divine. Lovers, Three of Wands, Queen of Coins. This is marriage. Justice and Three of Wands. Any final messages here, Creator, about this love? Last night I fell in love without you. Two of Coins. Yeah, we're going to talk about the flip side. Excuse me. Four of Coins. So this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying before we go into the karmic energies, so to speak. Four of Coins is falling out on top of all of this love energy. This Page of Cups, Eight of Swords reversed, you getting out of your head and allowing yourself to feel joy and to feel love. They want you to hold on to this as the capital T truth of what is coming in for you and what is happening for you now. The Two of Coins is coming out here to show us the flip side. What is on the other side of the spectrum, so to speak, of what else is happening surrounding you. Okay? Meaning the karmic energies. What's on the flip side? Nine of Wands on the fence. Someone is working very hard to try to get to you, but it's not getting anywhere. It's like this energy of when you play Super Mario and you go down one of the green tubes and it just keeps bringing you back to the beginning. Someone can't get to you. Their efforts are going nowhere. It's a King of Swords. There's a King of Swords here who wants to show some type of romantic affection with you. He wants to communicate an admiration for you that comes across as romantic as well, but he can't get to you. Yeah, look, you're showing up here as the Empress. Look at how we have players coming out now. This man sees you as wifey. He feels like with the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, that's someone who's doing everything and nothing. Okay, that's someone who is putting, it's this energy of like procrastination, but someone is keeping themselves busy all day, but not actually making a choice or accomplishing anything. Okay. Yeah, Five of Swords. Yeah. You're not going to end up with this person. Like I said, I'm just the karmic energies here. We're just reading the flip side of reality. Yeah, Three of Swords. This person is heartbroken. I'm hearing him say he's heartbroken that he didn't say how he felt to you in the amount of time that you had together when you were around this person. He already knew it. And I feel here like you must have known already too. But I think that you didn't give this person the time, the energy, or the time of day anymore. So now this person feels he's a King of Swords here. Now he feels like the two of you are dueling in some type of way. I feel here like he's comparing his life to you or himself to you, because that's the only way that intellectually, I'm hearing that's the only way that he knows how to handle this situation of what happened with you is by intellectualizing it with you. I think he knows deep down inside that it was always a Knight of Cups, a love offer that he wanted to make towards you. But he sees you as so much higher above him that now he sees the two of you as dueling, like you're fencing together or something. But they're saying that he's fencing with a shadow. You're no longer there. Okay? Yeah, look, Temperance, you're no longer there. I feel like this person, this King of Swords, whoever he is, he has to figure out how to handle his own emotional state right now without trying to drag you into it. You know how, when relationships end or something ends, and the person will always blame the ex or they'll blame you. They're trying to blame the Empress here. But instead, this King of Swords needs to ask questions to himself. Why didn't he do it? Why didn't he follow up with a Knight of Cups? That's what's going to heal this situation for him, not him constantly trying to blame you or act like the two of you are enemies in some stupid type of fight that's imaginary. That's the only thing that's going to bring him into the Temperance energy. Yeah, we know. Thank you. Emperor and High Priestess. What is this? Judgment. Yeah. Ten of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Fool. Okay. And the Devil on top of the King of Swords. Okay. So I'm going to stop pulling this here because I feel like this is enough for the current energy and for this love reading. I'm going to go through all the decks one more time for one or two cards just to do final messages. But what I'm seeing here with the Devil and the Knight of Coins, the Emperor is saying to the King of Swords, you slow, you blow. Wouldn't you think that the Empress would wait around or the Empress would deal with some type of bullshit that they were pulling? The answer is no. And so now this King of Swords has to face his fate that he didn't level up, so to speak. He didn't step up to the plate. Instead, he decided to kind of wait for the perfect throw or to wait for the perfect pitch so that he could try to knock it out of the park. But that perfect pitch never came. Instead, another masculine energy, this Emperor stepped in and took the next swing and knocked it out of the park with you. In a good way, obviously. So yeah, the Emperor with the High Priestess here, I feel like there's a little bit of like telepathic communication or something happening between this Emperor and the King of Swords saying like, nah, brah, you missed your chance. Sorry, brah, you slow, you blow. The judgment here is for the Emperor to be with the Empress. All right, final messages, and I'm going to close this out. Thank you all for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess. We have intuition and the truth. It's interesting because I feel like this King of Swords possibly could have known that you are incredibly psychic, incredibly clairvoyant and intuitive. I feel like you could have known that. And there's something here about the rarity of that in the ways that you express it. You know, it's interesting. I saw recently this post on Instagram. Who knows if those posts are even real anymore. But it was a post about this famous fashion designer who would consult with a clairvoyant before they would make decisions regarding their fashion designs, where they would bring their designs, what shows they would do for major decisions in their career. And I feel here like this Emperor snatched this Empress up, so to speak, very quickly, because that type of a partner is rare. You cannot replace shit like that. When you have a partner who's intuitive and they're going to tell you how to move and what to do and where to go, how to feel, how to alchemize and transmute, that is a star-aligned lover, not someone that you sit on the sidelines waiting to figure out when you should even approach them with your feelings. Final messages, African Goddess. Thank you. One card, please, to sum up the reading. Oh my. The one card is Divine Lineage. And don't you know, doesn't that seem to really sum up this reading? Two divine lineages from the divine masculine and the divine feminine now converge to shine. Final messages, Cosmic Tarot. Thank you. They said, thank you. Final messages, please, to sum up the reading. We have 10 of Wands. This one? Okay. 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the Sun. With the Death card here. You know how silly it is to say that you've proved everybody wrong, but I truly feel here like you have killed, maybe I shouldn't say it that way. I feel here that you have outwitted, you have outgrown so many people from the space of kindness, from the space of healing your inner child and feeling joy. And it's interesting here how the more joy that you end up expanding into and allowing in and truly embodying and feeling, the more conflict and burdens it brings unto those who are trying to capture your joy, who are trying to put your joy in captivity. That's what I'm hearing. One, two, I think it was what, Dragon Tarot? Yes. Thank you. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like the title, Page of Wands, I'm going to say it. The title of this reading is I Fell in Love Without You, and it's a song by the band Motion City Soundtrack that I used to listen to when I was in high school. And this is the title of the reading because whoever this King of Swords is, whoever they were to you, you fell in love without them. And I feel here that's their karma. You are the one saying to the past, I fell in love without you. I am in love now. And I'm doing this without you. And I feel that that's very true empowering. That's very true empowerment here for you. The song goes, I wave goodbye to this heart of mine that was beating solo on its own. You are waving goodbye to the Five of Swords energies that would stab you in the heart, that tried to put your heart in captivity, that tried to contain your love. And I feel here like in that containment, it was like they were watering you down. Ace of Coins. This is your blessing and this is your gift, Queen of Cups. You are so lovable, so compassionate, so desirable. Final card here is Joie de Vivre. Final message is Joie de Vivre. Six of Wands. And I'm going to end this here. Whatever you went through with this Five of Wands, these battles with the relationships that you were in or the people who were surrounding you, being petty or creating conflicts when it didn't need to be. 10 of Wands and 5 of Wands is like, why are you doing that? You're just making something more, you're making something more complicated. You're making something worse than it needed to be. I feel like that's what you experienced in your past relationships, because that is them trying to put this effervescent essence that you have into captivity. It's like trying to put an ethereal animal, a unicorn, a dragon, a sphinx, like a fairy. It's like trying to put them in a jar because they like to shake the jar and watch you glow. I feel here like you're being released, or you have been released, past tense, from this energy of captivity into victory. And part of the victory is this blessing of this love. So feel it, feel the warmth, enjoy it, because it is in your life for that exact reason and many more, but really for you to enjoy it. I'm going to close out this reading here. Thank you for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess, Most High Divine Creator of all things. I close out the energy of this reading. I close the portals that I have been peering and looking within and through. I call my energy back to me, brilliant, purified, and cleansed, and detached from any remnants picked up along the way. I call in for the veiling of this energy of this reading and its benevolence from all malevolence. And I call in this wonderful, beautiful love and all of its joyous, freedom, sovereignty, and sensuality. I am, and so mote it be, and so it is. I deliver this message to the highest and greatest good of my own and to all, and to the harm of none. Glory be to the source, one creator of all things, and blessed be to the original earth angels. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for your mighty sword and shield which protects us all in all ways from things seen and non-seen, as we continue to live in our joyous reverence for all that is. Glory be to source, to the most high. Ashe. Okay. All right, y'all. That's the reading that I have for you. How'd it go? Not too rusty, huh? For all those days that we haven't seen each other, I hope that I wasn't too rusty to tap back into the energy. It seems like this one flowed pretty well. And this is such a beautiful love that we all truly deserve. Glory be to the highest creator. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I kind of like it. I dropped a card. I kind of like it when I start out the readings with the oracle cards. What do you think? Okay. All right, y'all. That was the prophecy reading for you all. Thank you for joining me at Anonnie's Temple. I will see you in the next one, and I'll see you in the comments. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for those who reach out to me for personal readings. I think I still have them open. That's fine. But nonetheless, I will see you in the next one, and y'all be good. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. See you. Bye.